The most dangerous man is not the one with the loudest voice, not the one with the biggest army or the highest title. It's the one who listens, watches, waits. The one who understands you better than you understand yourself. Because when he moves, he's not reacting. He's already planned 10 steps ahead. Sun Tzu was that man, and his most powerful weapon wasn't a sword, it was knowledge. Today we break down his ancient secret, how to control any enemy, not with violence, but with vision. This is not just strategy. This is psychological warfare. Over 2,500 years ago, Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War, a masterpiece of military strategy. But his lessons go far beyond the battlefield. His core idea? The skillful leader subdues the enemy without fighting. Victory to Sun Tzu wasn't about destruction. It was about control. And the first step to control is understanding your enemy. Not just what they do, but why they do it. What drives them, what they fear, what blinds them. Because once you know that, you don't fight the enemy, you lead them to defeat themselves. To know your enemy isn't about rage. It's not revenge. It's about precision, observation. You study their patterns. You watch how they speak, move, and make decisions. You learn what they celebrate and what they avoid. Sun Tzu believed that every action reveals something. Even silence speaks volumes. In his campaigns, he'd study weather, terrain, enemy morale, supply lines, every detail. Why? Because every piece of information is leverage. And in war, the one with the most leverage wins. Here's a truth most people miss. Your enemy's weakness is often hidden inside their strength. A proud enemy can be manipulated through flattery. An aggressive enemy is easy to bait into overcommitting. A cautious enemy hesitates, and hesitation kills. Sun Tzu didn't just engage forces, he shaped them. He let an enemy think they were winning, only to trap them in their own momentum. That's real control, letting the enemy write their own ending. These aren't just theories, they apply in every arena: business, politics, relationships, even sports. In business, a CEO who studies their competition can anticipate market moves. In politics, knowing your opponent's beliefs lets you outmaneuver their arguments. In relationships, reading behavior prevents manipulation and emotional traps. Here's a modern example. In 1972, during the Nixon-Mao meeting, U.S. strategist Henry Kissinger spent months studying Chinese political psychology. He didn't try to dominate, he tried to understand. And that understanding opened the door to one of the most important diplomatic breakthroughs of the century. That's Sun Tzu's principle in action. Control the enemy's choices by predicting their desires. Let's break down the 4 common enemy types and how to control each. 1. The arrogant. They crave superiority. Use their ego against them. Feed it. Make them feel safe. Then strike. 2. The fearful. They're slow, cautious, always second-guessing. Pressure them, and they'll crumble. 3. The greedy. They chase rewards no matter the risk. Lure them with bait, and they'll walk into your trap. 4. The impulsive. Quick to act, slow to think. Let them tire themselves out while you wait in silence. Identify their type. Adapt your strategy. Because when you know their psychology, you don't just win, you control the conditions of victory. Sun Tzu warned, if you know the enemy but not yourself, you will suffer one defeat for every victory. Most people focus on the outside world. But what about your own mind, your fears, your impulses? Do you know your ego triggers? Do you understand your emotional reactions under stress? Because if you don't, your enemy will. Self-awareness is your strongest armor. Without it, the enemy can use you against you. Master yourself, and the battlefield becomes much easier to control. Sun Tzu called it the invisible war. The battles fought in the mind long before a sword is drawn. He wrote, "Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak." That's not deception. That's psychological terrain. He also said, all warfare is based on deception, which means the one who sees through illusions and creates his own controls the narrative. Think about modern media, social platforms, algorithms. The battle for your attention is a war fought with precision, not weapons. Those who know your mind control your choices. Sun Tzu's wisdom is more relevant today than ever. Control is not about power, it's about understanding. To know your enemy is to see the battlefield clearly. To know yourself is to move through it like wind through trees. The greatest strategist wins without violence. The greatest warrior conquers without being seen. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to flex your strength. You need to understand. Study your enemy. Study yourself. Then, shape the outcome. This is the ancient secret of control. If you found wisdom in this strategy, subscribe for more. Because knowledge is power, and the prepared never need to fight.